Last year, nearly 600,000 vets struggled to find employment after serving our country. It's a harsh reality for vets like Nick House and David Sharon, who bravely served our country.
It's tough for people like me to get out, come stateside, and just not know what to do and not feel right. And I ended up at a dead-end factory job, and I was just bored with life.
It's a lot harder than you think to get a job. You can get any job, but like a good paying job when you get out at 23 years old, you know, you want to get a job that you can support yourself on, and that was very hard to find at first. I know I was out of work for, I think, 5 months total when I first got out. It was very stressful because my savings account, all the money I saved while I was in, just started going down and down and down. And at one point I was actually completely broke.
Vets like Nick and David deserve better. It's why the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters is proud to welcome vets into our apprenticeship through the Helmets to Hardhats program.
In Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council, we welcome as many veterans as we can get. They're trainable. They've already proved that they're reliable. You can't survive in the military very long without being reliable. They're self-motivated, they're self-starters, they're very trustworthy people, and they're fantastic students. The class of veterans that are gravitating towards us through the Helmets to Hardhats program, we can't get enough of them. And the contractors actually call when they have a need for manpower. They're actually calling saying, if you have any vets, we'll take them, because they know what they're getting and they see the benefit to hiring someone that's served.
The goal of Helmets to Hardhats is to get vets back to work within 6 weeks of signing up. At the IKORCC, we often find jobs for vets much faster.
And then by the time I left and by the time I pulled into my driveway, I had a job interview. I had a phone call, a job interview before I even got home.
Helmets to Hardhat vets have proven time and time again why they are such valuable union members.
He's a good kid. I'm very proud of him. He's done very, very well for me. I wish I had a dozen more.
Nick was right out of the gate dependable. He was the guy that was there a half hour ahead of time, punctual, always had the tools that he needed. If he borrowed something from me during the day, he showed up the next day with his own. Just took the initiative on everything that we did.
But he's a great worker. He puts in the day's work. Whatever you need him to do, he does, and he's always on time, punctual. That's what we expect when we get guys, especially coming from military to construction. They're always on point, and that's great. It's a great service to us in the construction industry and for the veterans themselves. So I love that Helmets to Hardhats aspect.
In addition to great partnerships with contractors, our vets say having instructors who support them makes a huge difference.
I really enjoy my instructors, a few of them being veterans themselves. Again, just the way we talk to each other and the way we understand each other just makes you feel better.
Helmets to Hardhats people in class, it's kind of a communication without making words. They know what needs to be done. They're typically the leaders in the class, whether they really try to be or not, it just comes out. And it makes it easy for me because, like I said, we don't have to talk. It's all right, this, and this is the standard, this is what has to be done. And they run with it a lot of times, so it makes our job a lot easier.
They welcome you with open arms. They help you out every step of the way. And it's a great skill to learn. I didn't really picture myself to be here, after I came here from Afghanistan, and here I am. I picked up on it fast, and I work with a bunch of great guys. It's just something I would recommend that every service member do.
As the Helmet to Hardhats program continues to grow, more and more vets are working towards higher positions.
Hopefully stepping up leadership-wise, foreman eventually, and see what happens from there.
My goal is to top out as a carpenter and spend the rest of my years until I'm able to retire and live a good life.
All of our vets have helped our country, and now they're helping build our communities.
It's cool to come into a building that's brand new and empty and never been modeled before, and then you walk out at the end and it's all done and painted and finished, and it's kind of cool. I like drive-by projects that I finished. I'm like, I did some stuff in there.
And while every vet's journey is different, Some, like Kyle Anderson, remind us what sacrifice, courage, and perseverance really look like. In high school, Kyle Anderson was like many students his age. He hung out with friends, played sports, and wasn't sure what he wanted to do with his life. And then one September, everything changed. After that day, Kyle knew exactly what he would do with his future.
There was 15 guys in our high school that signed up for various branches. And I just felt it was time to go, time to serve.
Shortly after completing boot camp, Kyle was deployed to Iraq, where he spent 13 months scouting and preparing routes for troop movement. While his work made routes safer for others, his unit often found themselves in grave danger.
It was hot. It was hot. It was constant work. Good days, bad days, not very many in between. A bad day is a day where everybody doesn't come home. It's a bad day.
And you had that happen?
A couple times. I think we lost 8 from our brigade in the 13 months we were there.
Once back home, Kyle thought his days of worrying about survival were over. But he soon realized all the benefits he had while active were no longer available.
We'd had insurance, we'd had a pension going, and all of a sudden that's gone. And we needed to maintain that, while she's in school and working. So
Kyle didn't have to worry too long. He applied for the Helmets to Hardhats program with the Carpenters Union and quickly got back to work.
Wow. Yeah, 5 days later, they handed me a screw gun and my job changed. I bought a number 2 pencil and 1 pouch and walked out onto a job. And our superintendent handed me a screw gun, and I said, "What is this for?" I think they had a running bet for a long time that I would just quit, that I wouldn't want to do the work. But again, some really good guys that knew their craft, they knew their trade, they invested in me.
That investment paid off. After graduation, Kyle worked hard, quickly becoming a foreman, then a superintendent, and now he's a project manager for M&M Interiors. He says the company and the union changed his life.
This company has invested in my family. It's been amazing.
Tonight, we are proud to have 26 Helmets to Hardhat veterans graduating our program. They represent the United States Army, Army Reserves, Army National Guard, U.S. Navy, U.S. Marine Corps, and the United States Coast Guard. Please join us in congratulating all of our veterans.